Hello, hockey fans. The Minnesota Hockey Connection is on the air. We're on the air for the next half hour. I'm Kenny Gallagher along with Jerry Burrow. And Jerry, we have not taped since last year.
I know.
It's been a year.
It's before Christmas.
So we're back, the start of the new year. Today is January 7th. We're taping. And what are some of the things you want to cover that maybe we missed?
A lot of high school
Yeah.
in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And, you know, most of the colleges had some time off. I mean, the Bulldogs went out to Arizona and played in a little tournament. And then they played the U18 team last Saturday night.
Yeah.
And but the Wild, they're still inconsistent.
Whoa.
Sometimes you wonder, they win here.
Time out.
How in the hell did they win here?
Okay, now we're going from high school to hockey. Last 4 games for the Wild, 3-1. They won at Winnipeg, 3-1.
Right.
What a win.
Up there, yeah.
They lost at home to Pittsburgh, 3-2.
Okay.
They went to Toronto and beat one of the best teams in the league in Toronto.
Well, so is Winnipeg.
4-3.
One of the best teams in the league.
And then they had to travel to Ottawa. You're expecting a big letdown against an Ottawa team that's struggling,
Right.
both in the wins and loss column and in the attendance column. And they beat Ottawa 4-3. Now tonight they're going to take on Montreal.
Yeah, and then they go back down to Boston tomorrow night. Well, we're taping right now Monday, so we're talking Monday and Tuesday.
40 games in for the Wild, 20, 17, and 3, 43 points. They're only 4 points ahead of Chicago in the West, 10th in the conference. So they wouldn't make the playoffs if the season ended, if the season ended today. 2 points behind 8th place Anaheim.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough season for them.
You know,
I don't know if they got enough players to do the job.
Dubnyk's been pretty good, considering, he's one of the top goalies in the league. He's going to the All-Star game.
Right. He's the only one, isn't he?
The only Wild player?
Yeah.
There's a push to get Zach in, but right now Dubnyk, yeah.
Right.
So Dubnyk needs to keep playing at a high level.
Oh,
If he stumbles, then this team
it's
really
over.
hurt. Yeah.
It's over.
So why are we struggling offensively? Oh, because Charlie Coyle, Stahl, and Zucker aren't scoring. Oh, yeah, those guys.
And Niedermeyer hasn't scored for 2 years now. And
Big letdown, that guy.
there's a lot of not scoring on that team.
Yeah.
They sent Eriksson Ek down to the minor league club in Iowa.
No, that's for some rehab, or?
Well, they feel like he needs help. He's not doing it up here in the big leagues.
Uh-oh.
So see what happens there. But right now, that draft pick's not looking good.
Yeah.
Looks like we'll see, though. Maybe this going down there, he changes. Well, who knows?
Okay, all right. Matt Dumba's out for an extended period of time.
He might be out for the rest of the
season. Sure.
Yeah.
Are you hearing what the problem is? Oh, it was a torn pectoral muscle.
Well, he got in that fight.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, when they played, Calgary came to town, and they had a little from the last game, right at the end of the game there.
Yeah.
And there was a little blood there left.
Ruptured pectoral muscle just sounds painful. It sounds terrible.
Well, you can't reach out and fight when you're small.
So Dumba out, like you say, maybe for the season. If the team makes the playoffs, he might be ready.
And he's probably the best player on the power play for them.
Was he our leading goal scorer?
He scored a lot of goals on that power play.
Yeah.
No, Parisi's our leading goal scorer.
Okay.
Because Parisi has 19. He's on, I think he can get 40 if he stays healthy.
I think early on Dumbo was the leading goal scorer as things got started.
Zucker started out real fast, and he slowed down big time.
I wonder if he's playing this way so that the team can get frustrated and trade him to Vegas, where he's from.
Ooh. But his wife's from here.
If I don't play well, maybe I can get down to Vegas.
There you go.
Yeah, speaking of Vegas, they're not doing too bad.
No, they started out slow, but they're hot now.
Calgary is best in the West, 26-13-4, 56 points, tied with Vegas. Winnipeg, 54 points. Nashville and San Jose tied with 53. And like we said, the Wild, 43 points. What's up with this Vegas team? They're for real. Second year in the league, and
they got some draft picks next year in the draft. Good ones, high end draft picks.
You know, we haven't talked much about Seattle coming into the league. I think now we heard 2020, so not next season, but the following. Is this going to be an occurrence when a new team comes in and they get to select players and they're instantly a playoff team?
I guess so. They get just the way it is. They want the teams to be parity right away. They don't want them to build, you know.
Have we heard of a name yet for the Seattle team?
I'm not sure on that.
Okay, I haven't.
No.
I haven't.
But the funny thing about talking about that, when Seattle comes in, I was talking to the scout from Las Vegas, and they don't have to give up a player
Yeah,
because they're a new franchise
yeah.
at this time.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird.
Well,
wait a minute.
It's just unfair.
I mean, they're going to be.
I mean, they were on the verge.
They're going
of
to be
winning
in a top 5 team because what they get pick everything, and then they get to keep everything, and plus they get all these draft picks because they tell this team, okay, we won't take this player, but give us your second round pick.
They were in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
So that's
wrong. The way they're playing right now, they could be back in there.
Minnesota Wild, again, the last 4 games they've been playing very well. They'll take on Montreal tonight, the 7th, at Boston on Tuesday, the 8th. And then they're home for 2 games. Winnipeg comes to town on January 10th. That's a nationally televised game. And then they'll host Detroit, FSN Plus, and WDSM. And that's going to occur Saturday, the 12th, Detroit. That's kind of a late start, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Now, the All-Star Game's coming up in a couple of weeks at San Jose. What about Hockey Day Minnesota?
That's up in Bemidji, and that's in two Saturdays from now. So the 19th January, and they got number 1 team going against the number 2 team, Andover and Minnetonka.
Oh, that's going to be a great
Minnetonka's the real deal.
What was the final score of that East Tonka?
5-2, but Tonka kind of whipped them.
Yeah, they did.
And but I'll tell you what, it's kind of funny. Tonka comes up here and plays the number 1 in the A class next Saturday, Hermantown. So I mean they're playing a tough schedule, so you can't say they're not hiding.
Okay, so the 19th, Hockey Day Minnesota in Bemidji. I was looking at this Columbus game on that Saturday. That's the late start, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's because of Hockey Day. It's always 8 o'clock.
Sure.
They used to have a Gopher game at 5, but they're not. I guess they're not doing the Gopher game no more.
So, Andover in Minnetonka. Who does Bemidji play? Who do they host in that Hockey Day?
Who was it?
Somebody nearby, Moorhead?
I don't know if it's Greenway or what.
Okay.
I'm not sure of it.
All right.
But I know the 2 top teams in Class AA are playing each other in the big game.
Well, I hope they have weather that... is this an outdoor game?
Yeah.
On
they got
lake,
right on the lake, right off the lake.
I hope things work out up there. I really do.
Yeah, if the weather's nice, it's going to go great. It'll be one of the best ones. But, you know, Bemidji, you don't know about the weather. It can change in 2 minutes.
Well, let's hope things go well for Bemidji. Again, the 19th, Hockey Day, Minnesota. And, we look forward to that.
Yeah, talking about high school hockey, I might as well put out the rankings. We're half over in the regular season now, and I'll start with Class AA. Like I say, Minnetonka's in a class of its own. They're just ahead of everyone else right now. Not saying they can't be beat, but right now they are the number 1 team.
Sure, why don't you go ahead and cover that? There's one thing I forgot. Don't go away, I'll be right back.
Okay. Yep. So I'm going with the Class AA Minnetonka number 1, 14-0, Andover number 2, 11-0-1, Edina. They are 11-1-1, and they're a very good team in deep too. They're number 3. My dark horse team, they got a lot of young players. This team won the AA Bantam tournament this last year, and one of the better Bantam teams in a few years. And they're number 4, and number 5, Duluth East, number 6, White Bear Lake, number 7, St. Thomas Academy, number 8, Blaine. A lot better team than I thought. I saw them a week ago, and very good team. Number 9, Eden Prairie. They come up here and play Cloquet on Friday night and Duluth East on Saturday afternoon. And then number 10, Rosemont. Over in Class A, we got Hermantown back in number 1. They played the number 1 team, St. Cloud Cathedral, over in St. Cloud the other night and beat them 2-1 in overtime. So they're back in number 1. And they got, like I say, got Minnetonka this Saturday afternoon. Number 2, St. Cloud Cathedral. Number 3, East Grand Forks. So those 3 teams, I think one of these 3 teams are going to win the state tournament. My prediction. Hermantown, St. Cloud Cathedral, or East Grand Forks. Number 4, Montemita. Number 5, Alexandra. Number 6, Thief River Falls. Number 7, Sartell St. Stephen. Number 8, Totina Grace. Totina Grace will be moving up to Class AA next year.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. And then number
Now,
9.
is this by enrollment or just by choice?
Choice.
Okay.
They want to play with the big boys.
All right.
They did that in football. They went to the top class in football, and then the year they did it, they won the state championship.
There you go.
They beat Eden Prairie.
Oh.
Yeah. So number 9, Orono. Number 10, Mound Wistonka. So there's your Class A and AA teams.
Okay.
And we're halfway through the season already, and it's going fast.
Denfeld, they had a game at Proctor and Lake of the Woods. How did those 2 games turn out?
Okay, Lake of the Woods, Denfeld beat them pretty good.
What about
the Proctor game? To me, it was a pretty ugly game. No one can hold the puck on their sticks. They couldn't make passes, either team. And they were having problems with the ice up there, so the game...
I heard about that.
Yeah, I guess they keep the temperature in the mid-50s during the game in the arena. So I don't know if that's the problem.
Who won the game?
But Denfeld won the game.
Okay, so Denfeld is on a roll. 7
Right.
wins this year so far.
So they got the big game tonight, though. This is Monday, Duluth East.
Yeah, well.
Inner city. But East is missing their top D, I know that. Hunter Payne.
Yeah.
He went into the boards and missed a check and hurt his shoulder. So I don't know how long he'll be out. And we'll see. Denfeld will have their hands full, though.
7:30 start tonight, and then they've got Hermantown on Thursday.
Right. That's, what do you call it? Every year they have it.
The Frenzy.
Frenzy, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so then East has the second game with Grand Rapids.
And then Denfeld has to host Cloquet Esco Carleton on Thursday the 17th.
Really?
Yeah. And then they'll
I thought they have Hermantown on the 17th.
No, they got Hermantown on the 10th.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That's a Frenzy on the 10th.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then Cloquet on the 17th
Okay.
at Heritage, 7:30. And then they'll take on I Falls Saturday the 19th, 3 o'clock. And then they go to Thief River Falls and War Road.
Yeah, they got some good games.
They do. There are 5 final games of the regular season, Denfeld that is, on the road. Now, one of those includes February 14th at Mars, Duluth Marshall, but I hope that Denfeld does something this year. And they've got a great group of kids, but more so, they've got a great coaching staff.
Right. And they got some good kids coming up on their Bantam A team.
That's good news.
And that's going to help the team right away next year.
Yeah.
They got two McClure brothers. Remember the McClure that was up at Marshall and then went back to Denfeld, and they almost beat Marshall.
Yeah. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these 2 kids are real good. And they got a few others on that team.
How about the Superior team? They're for real. 11-2, the last I checked, and their only 2 losses were against Wausau West. So they got to learn how to beat Wausau West.
Right.
But they played at Marshall on the 3rd. How did that go? How did Superior and Marshall?
They beat them pretty bad.
Did they?
Yeah.
So they're 12-2 on the season. And then they'll take on Baldwin in Superior on the 8th, Tuesday the 8th. And but yeah, their only 2 losses of the year both came to Wausau West.
I was I've been at a lot of these big hockey games, and especially the East game, like East Blaine down on, I think that was the 29th, Saturday, and at Blaine, and then the Tonka game and the Stillwater game this last weekend, Friday, Saturday, and the scouts on that Tonka game, there must have been over 50 scouts coming there to watch
Okay, well, you've got...
watch Donovan. Ryder
Oh, really?
Donovan, yeah.
Okay, well, what about that Minnetonka team?
They're deep. They're well coached.
How many
move the
D1
puck.
prospects are on that team?
Well, there's already 6 already.
Jeez.
6 already, verbal.
Can they
commitments.
repeat?
Oh, they're by far the best team right now.
Yeah.
There's a separation after Tonka.
Again, Minnetonka came to Duluth
But they can be beat.
last Saturday and beat East 5-2. Who can beat them?
They got to play Edina, which is number 3. They got to play Hockey Day Minnesota outside game, and
Andover.
Conditions too can make a outside game. You know, they got Eden Prairie twice.
Okay.
They got to play Hermantown up here.
Yeah.
So they got tough games.
Real quick, let's talk about Duluth Marshall. Duluth Marshall, they had things, they're kind of holding their own, but it seems like the wheels have fallen off.
Yeah, they're not too deep. That's their problem. They got a one line, and if their goalie's not on, they're in trouble.
They lost to Superior their last game. They will. How about that game at Rochester Mayo? No, was that the game that they had to make up?
I'm not sure of that.
Saturday the 5th?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was postponed from December 1st. So
okay.
You didn't hear about that? Okay. And Marshall's got to play Cloquet-Esco Carleton on Tuesday the 8th, Andover on Saturday the 12th,
Right.
Champlain Park on the 15th, who beat East. So things don't get too easy for
Champlain
Marshall.
Park's goalie, he made 56 saves on 57 shots. When you can do that, you can win games.
Okay, let's talk about Duluth East. Duluth East, a little stumble with this game against Mankato, or rather Minnetonka. They'll take on Denfeld, tonight. And then they got to go to Grand Rapids on the 10th.
No, they're here at the Frenzy. All the games
okay. Yep,
this week are all at the Heritage.
And then Saturday, the 12th, Eden Prairie.
Right, 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday.
And they go to Brainerd and Moorhead.
Right. Moorhead. Brainerd has a decent team. They're just not winning the games I thought they would, but they got 4 brothers on that team.
Really?
Yeah, triplets and another brother.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, and they're all good.
On Moorhead?
Yeah, no, Brainerd.
Brainerd. Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
And then they go.
That's got to be a first.
No, they had 5 at one time. One
come
graduated
on.
last year.
Please.
Yes.
Amazing.
And I was when Dave Oss went up he was the coach at Blaine. He moved up there and took over the job in Brainerd. He told me about this family.
What's the last name?
Pee-wees.
Oh, come on. Peterson, Johnson, Anderson.
Aries or something like that.
Okay. All right. Hey, how's Elk River doing?
Not too good.
All right.
They got about 3 good players that can go D1.
All right.
But the schedule has gotten them right now. Mm-hmm. And they lost a couple players that went early, and that hurt them. Perbix would have been one of the best players in high school hockey this year, Jack.
I watched the Minnetonka East game on TV.
You did?
My 9 had it on. And I got to tell you, the Duluth East goaltender was out of position more than once.
Well, there's 3 goals that I don't think he had a chance, and 2 I thought were pretty soft
They
myself.
need to buckle down on their goaltending when they...
That was the first bad game I thought he had.
Okay.
But then Mike Randolph, the coach of Duluth East, has been kind of funny. He's been switching all 3 goalies, just boom, boom, boom. No,
All right.
I think he wants to go with the goalie that would play it for Tonka, but maybe he'll have a change of mind now. I don't know.
Is
Just
East...
like I was watching, get off the subject a little bit. I always tell parents, why would you want your kid to be a goalie? Well, just like yesterday when that Bear kicker hit the goal post, boom, boom. Don't ever be a kicker in football or a goalie in hockey.
Speaking of goalies in hockey, former NHL standout, really, Keith Primo, his son, don't recall his first name, goaltender for USA, and the USA team made it to the gold medal. It's kind of neat how they beat Russia.
Right.
Which happened in 1980. The U.S. team had to beat Russia to play Finland in the gold medal game.
Right.
And unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. They lost to Finland 3-2.
Did you watch that game?
I did.
Okay. I was watching. I couldn't hear the sound.
Yeah.
First period.
It was a good goal.
Yeah, that thing went over.
It was a good goal.
That bounced back over.
Yeah.
Goalie interference. Where's the goalie interference?
I think they said he was in the crease. I think they said the player was in the crease, but he was mobbed by the Finland. Should have been a goal. Yeah. That's a goal. But, it made the difference in the game.
That's why they have a Russian referee, a Czech referee, a Canadian referee.
5 Minnesotans on that team, 3 UMD Bulldogs.
Right, plus a coach that was an assistant.
Scotty Sandlin.
Yeah.
It's a tough loss. To get a silver is nothing to sneeze at, but that's a game you want to win.
Well, going back to college hockey, big series this weekend.
Okay, UMD Bulldogs will host St. Cloud State. St. Cloud number 1.
Right.
UMD number 5.
I got them at number 5 on the USCHO poll and number 6 in the pairwise.
Okay, the Bulldogs hosted the under-18 team at Amsoil and lost.
Right, but this U18 team, people are saying it's one of the best in years.
I don't care. They're 18 years old, Jer. They're playing
Well,
the big boys.
isn't a lot of the UMD players 18?
Well, I guess maybe
We get them,
some
of them pretty young.
Well, the freshmen, no, they're probably 19 by now. But
Right.
should there be some concern about that?
No.
I agree, and I'll tell you why. The Bulldogs lost to this U18 team. I don't know if it was last year or 2011, but it was one of the years they won the championship. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
So it might be a good omen.
Like the Russian game and then the Finlander game.
Bulldogs, St. Cloud this weekend. Real quick, the scouting report on this one.
Well, that St. Cloud team is loaded, and they can score. And I tell you, I think it's going to be a great series. If you can find a ticket, get down to Amsoil, because I think it's going to be one of the better college series of the year.
Oh, okay. All right. North Dakota, did they get swept by an Atlantic hockey team, Canisius?
I guess so, because
I think
they're not in the top 20.
They got swept.
They're not in
Jared.
the top 20.
They lost both games. I think that's how you say it.
When have you seen where Minnesota, Wisconsin, and North Dakota are not in the top 20? Not one.
Unreal.
That's crazy.
What's the latest with the Gophers?
Well, they're having problems. They split with Penn State, but Penn State's a good team, man.
Right.
The Big Ten's a lot stronger conference this year, and I guess when you lose, the people don't show up either.
Yeah.
So it's
a shame what happened with that Big Ten.
we'll see what happens.
Those
They got a new
teams.
coach, but I think he's going to change things around where he wants his own players.
Motzko?
Yep.
Yeah.
He wants his own players, so he's not. A lot of the recruits that Lucia has, he's not taking now.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, he's dropping them because they're verbal. They never signed a contract.
So now what happens with these players?
They got to find another college or fight to find a commitment.
Interesting.
Yeah,
He doesn't want them.
a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
Right. There's some he's going to take for sure.
Now, the head coach of the USA team was Mike. Is it Mike Hastings?
Mike Hastings.
Hastings from Mankato.
Right.
And was anybody on the team from Mankato?
No.
I don't think so.
They would have had a couple Germans. Mm-hmm. They're their top 2 scorers for Mankato, but the German team didn't make the upper bracket. They lost, so they are in the lower, so they had the next year.
Yeah.
So they can play.
Yeah, that was a big letdown for the U.S. I mean, you don't want to lose the gold medal game. To say you get a consolation silver medal out of it, I don't think is too comforting to these kids. But, that was a tough loss.
Yeah, talking about coaches here, Mike Genzel, who used to be the assistant co-coach with Lucia at the Gophers, he was scouting. He scouts for Arizona right now, but his kid Jake, 3rd round pick out of Omaha, where he played down in Sioux City and Hill Murray in high school. Well, he just got a new contract.
Yeah. Contract
Not bad.
No.
Not bad. $30 million, 5 years, $6 million a year.
Yeah.
And the Wild really liked him. They picked him, didn't they?
No, don't get me going on that. No. Brock Besser, there's another
There's
one.
another-
Is he
a
going to
whole
the
bunch.
Is Besser going to the All-Star game?
I don't know.
Yeah, I saw something on that, but I'm not sure. NCHA Division III, the Saints. My goodness, the Saints suffered back-to-back losses to Northland. They lost 4-3 in overtime to Northland in Ashland, and then 4-2 at Mars on Saturday. But that Saturday 4-2 loss, they outshot Northland 50-15. Man goodness, the Saints, ranked number 10, will be at Concordia this Friday, at Milwaukee School of Engineering on Saturday the 12th. Currently, they sit in 7th place, 4-3-1 in conference play, and then the Saints 9-5-1 overall. So still holding on to number 10 in Division III, the St. Scholastica Saints.
Right. Well, it's halfway through the season. Pretty soon they're going to start voting for the Mr. Hockey for the best senior skater. And so far, I got a few names I know are going to make the list.
Don't tell me, Donovan Ryder.
Yeah, Ryder Donovan.
Or I'm sorry, Ryder Donovan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's uncommitted right now, so we don't know where
Really?
he's going. He decommitted from North Dakota.
Yeah.
So you think UMD has a
What
chance?
does that mean?
I don't know. We'll see. I think in a little while we might hear something.
Okay.
But then here's some other names that I know will make it. Bryce Brzezinski, that's the fourth brother. Johnny plays for LA. Mike's in the American Hockey League, and the other from Easton is playing in up in St. Cloud.
And
right
where's
now.
he out of?
They're all out of Blaine.
Blaine.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, Rob Christie, St. Thomas Academy. He's going to Colorado College.
Oh.
Got Aaron Huglin, Roseau boy. He's going to the Gophers. Jack Jensen, Eden Prairie, Gopher. Mike Koster, Chaska, defenseman. Gopher. Josh Lukey, great defenseman from Tonka. He's going to Denver. Plus another Tonka kid that decided not to play at Tonka.
Yeah.
He went to the USHL Juniors. He's their number one scorer now in the league.
Okay.
Bobby Brink, he's going to Denver. So Denver's picking up two of the best players in the state.
We're out of time. Oh, I was going to tell you, I went up to a Champ Sport and I asked the clerk up there, young guy, I said, do you have any WHA jerseys or memorabilia? And he said, what's the WHA? I wasn't prepared for that, but I said, World Hockey Association, Minnesota
Did you tell him
Fighting Saints.
the winner of Peg Jet?
You know that the first season that the Saints had, they had their training camp in Duluth. And I went to a game.
They did?
Yeah, I went to a game against Winnipeg and Bobby Hall, and it was kind of a big deal. But we're out of time, Jer. We got to go.
Okay.
We want to thank the staff at PACT-TV, where this is produced. Check us out online. We've got our Facebook page. Find us there and like us. MinnesotaHockeyConnection.com and our YouTube channel. Check out our YouTube channel. Jerry, we'll be back next week to drop the puck. We'll see you then.
Okay, see you at the rink.